Laura.
Well, I always learn from Laura. She's one of my favorite thinkers on the topic of aging. And she makes a few
And,
points.
she
One
makes
is
it a few
that
points.
work is good
One
for
is,
us, actually, from
that
the
work
standpoint
is
of
good
helping
for.
us
It's
maintain these
actually from
social
the
connections,
standpoint of helping
that,
us.
that social connections mean a lot to our life
Connections mean a lot
satisfaction. And so she
to our
talks
life
about the importance
satisfaction.
of getting ahead of some of those
And
changes that
so
will
she talks
inevitably accompany retirement and make sure that you
about
are
the importance of
replacing work friendships with
getting ahead
friendships outside of work because those work friendships may not stand the
of
test of
work because
time.
those
So, again, preemptively, just kind of
work
thinking
friendships
about,
may
okay, when
not
I step away from work,
stand the test of. So again,
where
preemptively
will I
just
go for those day-to-day
kind
interactions with people that I probably have with my colleagues? So I loved that piece of advice. And then I also loved her discussion of how our social networks tend to change a bit as we age, that they do tend to become smaller. And some of that is for sad reasons, like people dying or moving away. But some of it is actually self-selection, that we may have had these more diffuse networks of friends, maybe like your kids'
of
parents or your
friends,
kids'
maybe
friends'
like
parents who you would hang out with after the soccer
your
game,
kids'
as she
friends'
puts it,
parents,
perfectly good friends, perfectly
who
good
you would
people,
hang
but they're not that inner
out with
circle.
after the
And as we age, we tend to want to spend
soccer
more
game, as
time with
she
the inner circle, that
puts it,
very tight network of people who totally get us,
perfectly
where
good
when we walk
friends.
away from being
more than £1 million. Tensions between Tehran and Washington are expected to push the rial's value even lower, fueling inflation and driving up the cost of living. To Turkey now, where the opposition is urging supporters to boycott companies with ties to the ruling Justice and Development Party. It follows the arrest of the popular mayor of Istanbul, Ekrem İmamoğlu, who's seen as the main rival to the President Recep Tayyip Erdogan.
Unusual scenes this week in some Istanbul neighborhoods. Many stores remained closed for one day in solidarity, and typically busy streets looked pretty empty.
Anti-government protesters and the opposition CHP party had called on people to avoid all forms of spending, including grocery shopping, restaurant visits, and online purchases.
Bugün para harcamıyoruz.
We're not spending any money today because we want to make our voices heard through the economy, and we're boycotting some of the big brands.
Our sales are down 85 to 90%. Most of our customers are young people.
Already being tested. In such an unpredictable time, with such an unpredictable president.
To stand up to the bully.
The Prime Minister has agreed with the French President Emmanuel